Welcome to the Hangul lesson. Today we'll start off with the structure of a syllable and a word, and then we'll learn each letter of Hangul, and then some pronunciation rules. The only rule to worry about for structure is that syllables fit in a box. On the left we have some consonant, on the right we have some vowels. C will represent a consonant and V will represent a vowel. So we can have a simple structure that fits in a box that's simply one consonant and one vowel. An example of that would be like ka in kayo. We can also have a consonant and then a vowel and then another consonant. An example of that would be pap, as in papul mogoyo. We can have a consonant and then a vowel and then a double consonant. An example of that would be ka in kasoyo. We can have a consonant and then a vowel and then a consonant and then another consonant. Example being an in andayo. Then we can have a consonant and two vowels and another consonant. Example being kun in kuntanayo. Now let's go ahead and listen to all of the letters in Hangul. Let's start with the consonants. First we'll tell you the name of the consonant, which is highlighted in green, and then the sound on the next page. So here we go.
기억, 가, 가방, 니은, 나, 나비, 디귿, 다, 다리, 리을, 라, 라면, 미음, 마, 마음, 비읍, 바, 바지, 시옷, 사, 사과, 이응, 아, 아빠, 지읒, 자, 자동차, 치읒, 차, 취미, 키읔, 카, 케이크, 티읕, 타, 타조, 피읍, 파, 파도, 히읗, 하, 회사.
Here are the vowels.
아, 남자, 야, 야구, 어, 엄마, 여, 여자, 오, 오빠, 요, 학교, 우, 우산, 유, 우유, 을, 한글, 이, 입.
Now let's take a look at the double consonants.
쌍기역, 까, 쌍디귿, 따, 쌍비읍, 빠, 쌍지읒, 짜, 쌍시옷, 사.
Now let's look at combined vowels.
왜, O plus E is 왜. 에, A plus E is 에. 위, U plus E is 위. 에, O plus E is 에. 예, 야 plus E is 예. 여 plus E is 예. 와. O plus A is 와. 워. U plus O is 워. 왜. O plus 에 is 왜. U plus 에 is 왜.
Now let's go over some pronunciation rules. But before we get started, just know that this is not something to study or learn or memorize. It's something to reflect on, look back on, and realize, oh, that makes sense. Because ultimately, these rules were discovered and created to make Korean easier. Ultimately, they came about because people were just speaking in a more relaxed way. So as time goes on, you'll get really used to all of these rules without even thinking of them. It'll be something you just are naturally understanding. So don't try to memorize them. Just anytime you're wondering why something sounds the way it sounds, you can come back, take a look at this, and it'll make sense. Okay, let's dive in. The carryover rule is when a pachim, or final consonant, is followed by an iung, or empty consonant, in the next syllable. The syllables are pronounced as if the pachim, or final consonant, is moved over to replace the iung, or empty consonant. An example we have here is a final consonant followed by an empty consonant, and the final consonant is moved over to replace the empty consonant. So it would sound like 한국어. End of syllable pronunciation. The letter that we pronounce in the beginning of the syllable sometimes sounds different at the end of the syllable. We'll show the examples of which ones sound different. When any of the letters at the top are at the end of a syllable, it is only pronounced like the letter that's at the bottom. That goes for this one as well. And then for this one, iung, at the beginning of a syllable, it sounds like an empty consonant with no sound, but at the end, it has an sound.
Here we have 리을, and when it's at the beginning of the syllable, it sounds like L. And when it's at the end of the syllable, it sounds like 을. 갔다 versus 갔어요. 오빠 versus 학생. 잘 versus 머리.
Here we have double consonant reduction, which means when we have two consonants at the end of a syllable and it is not followed by an empty syllable, that one of the two syllables is dropped. In our example, we have this one dropped. And it would sound like?
여덟.
Another example.
안 깼어요.
Here we have nasal assimilation. The letters above change their sound if they come before mium or nian. These sounds become mium. These sounds become nian. And this sound becomes ing. Here are some examples.
입만. 있는데요. 한국말로.
Here we have nian to lil. When nian and lil are paired together, the nian sound is often replaced by lil. Here's an example.
신라.
Tensification. When these letters are preceded by these letters, the previous letters become tensed consonant.
In this example, we have 치읓 that is followed by 지읒. So in pronunciation, 치읓 is followed by 쌍지읒, 꽃집. In this example, 기역 is followed by another 기역. So in pronunciation, 기역 is followed by 쌍기역, 학교. In this example, 비읍 is followed by 디귿. So in pronunciation, 비읍 is followed by 쌍디귿, 없다.
Here we have hyut weakening. When hyut is next to pyut, tigut, tiut, kyuk, what is resulted in is a dropped hyut, instead an empty character there, followed by pyut, tiut, tiut, kyuk. Here we have the example 좋다. Here we have the example 어떻게. Place assimilation.
디귿 and 니은 change if they come before 비읍, 쌍비읍, 기역, 쌍기역, and 미음. 디귿 becomes 비읍, if before 피읍 or 쌍비읍. 디귿 becomes 기역 if before 기역 or 쌍기역. 니은 becomes 미음 if before 피읍, 쌍비읍 or 미음. 니은 becomes 이응 if before 기역 or 쌍기역. 한강, 같고, 같고. 빗물, 빗물.
And that's it. Good job. Continue studying Hangul and don't worry too much about the rules. You'll get it over time. Have a good day. Bye.